I want to show you in about 1.5 clicks how you can create an LTC render from your Ableton Live set. This is something that I implemented about 1.5 years ago. It's allowed me to work really quickly, particularly when interfacing with the production team. So if you're unfamiliar, LTC is the audio version of SMPTE. It's what bands use to create to keep their production perfectly in sync with the music. It's basically embedded data in an audio file that says, hey, go to this particular hour, this particular minute, this particular second, this particular frame. And what that just means is I can drop in an LTC file into my Ableton Live set, route that out to a specific output. The audio console will listen to it, the lighting console will listen to it, the video playback software will listen to it, and everything stays in sync. If I jump around, it follows. If I jump ahead, it follows. It's really important. So typically what I end up doing is I'll go to ltc.fromstudiostage.com and I'll create an LTC file that I need, and I will download this and I'll load this into my Ableton Live set. So I've got a specific LTC track already set up here. Let's pull this in for this particular song. Okay. And then what ends up happening often is we get into rehearsal, something will change with a song, or maybe just even for the very first time we do the song. The production team needs something, a source of truth, a locked arrangement to create from. And we get into rehearsal and certainly things change. And we'll tweak arrangements and I'll have to redo this. But they want what's called an LTC ref. And the LTC ref is a way that they can say, okay, what is the exact arrangement of the song? And we want audio on one side and we want LTC on the other side. So what this allows me to do really quickly is I can go to my song track here, Command-Shift-R, which is render, go to render track, choose LTC render, and then I can do export here, and I'll export out my pre-made render for this. Let's call this LTC export, and I'll export this to our desktop. And what this does is this places clicking cues in all my music on the left-hand side, and it puts just my LTC on the right-hand side instantly, just that fast. So if I go and let's preview this and let's listen to it, go to our desktop here, go to our LTC export, watch your ears, it's gonna be loud. Hard to hear. On the left-hand side, I have click cues. All my tracks on the right-hand side, I have all my LTC. Let me show you exactly how I set this up. First thing I did is I went to my return tracks here and I created 2 return tracks. I sacrificed 2 return tracks for this feature. I named one left, I named the other right. Okay. And then what I go through is I say, okay, what needs to be on the right-hand side? What needs to be on the left-hand side? For me, the only thing that's going to be on the right-hand side is my LTC track. So if I go to my LTC track here, you can see this is turned up. That sends my actual LTC to the right-hand side of this. How do we define everything else? Well, as you probably guessed, everything else is going to go to the left-hand side, which is our K return track. So I can go into this group here. I can go and turn up K, and that's going to send that to the left-hand side of my return. So you want to think, okay, what do I want on the left-hand side? I want click, cues, slates, anything like that. I want my stems, so each of my song tracks is going to go. The only thing I want on the right is LTC. That's crucial. It's got to be just LTC by itself. Now, how do we define what's going to the left and what's going to the right? If I jump over to session view, because I think it's a little easier to see here, if we look at this return track, I take the left return track and I set my panning to be to the left. I take my right return track, I set the panning to be to the right. But where does this render to? Well, that's where we go audio to. And I've already created an audio track called LTC render that I send the left side to and I send the right side to. You can see that there. There's our left side. There's our right side. And then if we go to that particular track, which is called, in my case, LTC render, a couple things I did there. One, audio from is set to no input. I want to make sure nothing else accidentally gets rendered there. Monitor is set to in to make sure I can hear it. And then this is crucial because you're probably watching this and you're going, yeah, but Will, because you probably talk like that. Yeah, but Will, what if suddenly you change the routing and you hear LTC in front of house? Well, Johnny, I'm sure that's your name, Johnny, if I can call you that. That's not going to happen because of this really important feature. If you go to audio 2 here, this is set to sends only. And what this means is this is not going to output. It's only going to send the output to the sends. This particular track is not routed to any sends, which means the output of this can never be heard. So to do this really quickly, all I do is I select my song. That's why I have a song track, so I can really quickly do that. I do Command-Shift-R. Under render track, I choose LTC render, and then I click export. and that's going to export that track. Now, you can pause the video if you want. Look at all these settings here. If you don't get these right, you might have some issues. For example, make sure include return and main effects is off. Just look at that thing, replicate it. That's how I instantly create LTC renders. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe. You know all the stuff. See you on the next one. Bye.